Hey, have you ever caught yourself doing something completely unrelated to what it was you thought you'd be doing, meaning what you planned? You know, catch myself doing that all the time. And frankly, there's times when if you allow that to happen, I suppose you could call it a lack of discipline to stick with the plan, then that's when drift happens. And that's when you find yourself maybe on the couch or doom scrolling or really just not being productive. I mean, I know I mentioned this in a previous video, I wrote down what my perfect day would be. You know, I would do a lot of research on health. Okay, this habit, that habit. You know, you get up early, you want to drink some water, maybe you throw lemon juice and cayenne in it, depending on your, whatever. And so you do this and then you think, oh, I should meditate. Oh, I should use a sauna. Oh, I should hit a vibration machine. Oh, I should hit a treadmill. So you start stacking all these things. And really, if you're like me, you'd end up with a list that is physically impossible, until you can learn to bend time or something, or truncate these activities to the point where maybe you wouldn't even get anything out of it. I mean, minimum effective dose, by the way of 4-Hour Body, Tim Ferriss, was revolutionary for me in some ways because, I worked out shorter and that saved time on some things. But I mean, let's face it, some things you don't want to skimp on. So the point is, I put a lot of effort into figuring out what my perfect day would be like. And then, if you start working shift work and your hours get mixed up, really challenging to keep that momentum once you get it. So I was at a conference in, I think, Houston, and I remember I forgot to arrange transportation to the airport. Now, there was one of the coaches that was present, and he said, well, our bus is going to be heading to the airport right away. Why don't you catch a ride with us? I said, great, that would help me out so much as I was figuring out transportation. Anyways, he said, okay, it's here. Where are you going, Al? I was going up to get like a paper towel, throw some bacon in it to bring with me. He said, Al, the bus is leaving now. That's not part of the plan. And he said it in such a way, I just thought, oh shit, it's not part of the plan. So I got my ass on that bus and I made it to the airport and I didn't miss my flight. Since then, there's times when I still hear that coach's voice. Al, that's not part of the plan. So I had decided the night before I'm going to get up at a certain time and get a certain amount of stuff done before I leave for work. And all of a sudden, it's like, I'm going to hit snooze. Not part of the plan. So I follow that now. And I don't know if you've got something like that in your life, or adopt that. You create a plan, you tell yourself how part of your day is going to be, a part that you plan for yourself so that you can get yourself ahead, you can get yourself out of the funk or whatever it is. And when you find yourself drifting, just remind yourself that's not part of the plan and get back on track immediately. Anyways, thanks for joining. Subscribe if you want more.